Hi, I'm Pierre. I'm the market lead for the tax and accounting division at Thomson Reuters, looking after the Asia and emerging market. And I'm very pleased today to be joined by
Conn. Thank you for inviting me along, Pierre. I'm the VAT partner for BDO for the UAE and Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Brian, so much for being with us today. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about, how your firm is operating today in this market?
Okay. Well, BDO, of course, is one of the world's largest accountancy firms. So we provide a full range of accounting, advisory, tax services. We've been in the UAE for a long time, been here since around the 60s, and so we provide all the services you'd expect from an international firm.
Sure. And so obviously with the introduction of VAT in the region, you must have been a fairly busy man, I assume. So how, what would you kind of tell us about how that work from a VAT outsourcing point of view was working?
Okay, so from the outsourcing point of view, we had a process that we've used for a long time, which was basically a manual process. We would take information from client records, they'd send in their reports, we'd put the returns together on a spreadsheet and apply various checks and controls, make sure everything was complete and that it worked arithmetically. All of the good sort of best practice stuff that you would do. And it was a good system, tried and tested, built up over many years of experience. But of course, there's always ways to do better. So, that's what we were thinking about when we first started looking at the Fast VAT tool.
Fair enough. And so, obviously in that process, as you were saying, right, so with the advance of technology today, you knew that there could have been something maybe more easy for you to use to be able to do that work. And I guess that's why kind of you're starting to look at Thomson Reuters and ONESOURCE Fast VAT. So could you kind of tell us a little bit how you kind of looked at that tool and what did you like about it compared to your current process today?
Okay. In terms of why we started looking at the alternatives, it was around a desire to do things better. Right. Whatever you do, however you do it, you can always do it better. Sure. So what we were looking for was a degree of automation. Right. And that was probably the driving force, because if you have some sort of automation in there, it reduces the possibility of human error. But we were looking for enhancements across the board. Could we do things more quickly, more efficiently? Were there better ways of storing the data and records? So that's where we started the journey, and that's where we started talking to Thomson Reuters about Fast VAT. And
so obviously once kind of that partnership started to be in place and you kind of implemented that new solution, so what changed, for you, for your clients? What kind of changed after that?
Well, a number of things, and they continue to change, and we see improvements in what we're doing all the while. I think automation, I mentioned before, one of the things it does speed things up. And one of the features of the tool that we particularly like, the taxability portal, where our clients can check out the more straightforward everyday questions themselves. And that's really good because that saves time, it empowers the client a little bit, makes the process very efficient. The other thing that seems to have been very popular is the way data is exchanged over the portal. The keeping of the records of the data and the access of that, I think is going to pay a lot of dividends in the long run.
Fair enough. No, and I guess it's very good for us to hear, that the usage of our platform works extremely well for you and for your clients as well. So I guess moving forward from where you are here, what kind of your vision in the long term, right, for your firm in this market, where you have obviously VAT is still going on and more countries are going to jump on, but now today we have transfer pricing coming up and so on and so forth. So kind of what's your vision going forward for your firm in that aspect?
Well, as you say, the VAT is expanding across the Gulf. And VAT is becoming more complicated, and people are starting to understand that VAT is a very important business matter. So we have an opportunity to expand our businesses and our services to our clients. And I have a vision, you know, that in partnership with TR we can push forward, we can move forward using the tool. Hopefully all of our compliance clients will be using the tool in due course. And I'm looking forward to the future iterations, because as I was saying, we always have to improve, move forward, always get better.
Absolutely.
So there's, the market is expanding, and I'm looking forward to that expansion.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Thank you.